Good day, everyone. It is both an honor and a profound responsibility to stand before you today to discuss a matter that is as pervasive as it is personal, as stealthy as it is deadly. We are here to talk about high blood pressure, or hypertension. We are here to unmask the so-called silent killer, and most importantly, we are here to discover how the very food on our plates can become our most powerful, natural medicine. This is not just a lecture. This is a conversation about survival, about vitality, and about taking back control. Let us begin with a stark, uncomfortable truth. Within your body, right now, a silent war may be raging. There are no blaring sirens, no sharp pains to send you rushing to the emergency room. Often, there is no symptom at all. That is the insidious nature of hypertension. It works in the shadows, a relentless force pressing against the walls of your arteries, day in and day out. Your heart, that magnificent, tireless engine, is forced to work against a rising tide of pressure. With every beat, it strains. And while you feel nothing, perhaps just a bit more tired than usual, a minor headache you dismiss, the damage accumulates. This pressure, over years, scars and stiffens your arteries, a process called atherosclerosis. It weakens and enlarges your heart. It places a chokehold on your kidneys, your eyes, your very brain. And then, one day, the silence breaks. It breaks with the thunderclap of a stroke, with the crushing vice of a heart attack, with the slow failure of kidneys demanding dialysis. This is the silent killer. It doesn't stalk its prey, it lulls it into a false sense of security. The statistics are not just numbers. They are a portrait of a global crisis. Hypertension is the leading risk factor for death and disability worldwide. It is a primary driver behind cardiovascular disease, which remains our number one killer. Think of it as the root of an evil tree, whose branches are stroke, heart failure, kidney disease, and dementia. And here is perhaps the most tragic part, it is largely preventable and controllable. We are not powerless against this silent foe. The weaponry we need does not come solely from a pharmacy, it comes from our farms, our gardens, and our kitchens. So, let us move from the grim warning to the empowering solution. The science is unequivocal, food is not just fuel, it is information. Every bite instructs your cells, calms or incites inflammation, relaxes or constricts your blood vessels. We will not speak in vague terms of eating healthy. We will delve into the specific, research-backed mechanisms by which real food fights high blood pressure. Our first line of defense is found in the produce aisle. I want you to think of potassium, magnesium, and dietary nitrate not as boring minerals, but as essential VIP security for your cardiovascular system. Potassium, abundant in leafy greens, sweet potatoes, avocados, and bananas, acts as a perfect counterbalance to sodium. Where sodium holds water in your bloodstream, increasing pressure, potassium helps your kidneys excrete excess sodium and relaxes blood vessel walls. It is a natural diuretic and vasodilator. Study after study, including the seminal dietary approaches to stop hypertension, trials, have shown that increasing potassium intake is directly linked to significant reductions in systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Then comes magnesium, the unsung mineral of relaxation. Found in almonds, spinach, black beans, and pumpkin seeds, magnesium is a natural calcium channel blocker. It helps the smooth muscles lining your blood vessels to relax, allowing them to widen and reducing resistance to blood flow. A meta-analysis in the journal Hypertension concluded that magnesium supplementation yielded a significant reduction in blood pressure, with the effects being clearer when derived from a magnesium-rich diet. And then, a fascinating natural remedy, dietary nitrate from vegetables like beetroot, spinach, arugula, and celery. Your body converts this nitrate into nitric oxide, a miraculous molecule. Nitric oxide is your body's master vasodilator. It signals the blood vessels to open wide, like unlocking a floodgate, dramatically improving blood flow and lowering pressure. Research from institutions like Queen Mary University of London has demonstrated that drinking beetroot juice can lower blood pressure within just a few hours, and the effect is sustained with regular consumption. This is not folklore, this is biochemistry in action. Now, we must directly confront the white crystal that has hijacked our food supply, sodium. The problem is not the pinch of salt you add while cooking, it is the mountainous amounts hidden in processed, packaged, and restaurant foods. Soups, breads, sauces, cured meats, snacks, they are saturated with it. Sodium pulls fluid into your bloodstream to maintain a balance. More fluid in a closed pipe system means higher pressure. It's simple physics. Reducing processed food intake is the single most effective dietary change you can make. Read labels. If sodium is listed in milligrams per serving, a good rule is that this number should not exceed the number of calories per serving. But the true goal is to base your diet on foods that don't need a label at all, fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins. This brings us to the crown jewel of antihypertensive eating, the DASH diet and the Mediterranean diet. These are not fads, they are among the most extensively studied dietary patterns in all of medical science. The DASH diet emphasizes exactly what we've discussed: vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean protein, nuts, seeds, and low-fat dairy, while being low in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars. The results are not modest, they are groundbreaking. The DASH diet has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by as much as 11 points. That is a reduction comparable to some medications. The Mediterranean diet, the beautiful, flavorful eating pattern of the cultures bordering the Mediterranean Sea, offers the same benefits with a focus on heart-healthy fats. Its pillars are extra virgin olive oil, a monounsaturated fat rich in antioxidants that reduce inflammation and improve artery function, fatty fish like salmon and sardines, bursting with omega-3 fatty acids that lower triglycerides, fight inflammation, and can modestly reduce blood pressure, a rainbow of vegetables and fruits, nuts and legumes, and whole grains. Red meat is rare, and sweets are for celebration. Study after study links this pattern not only to lower blood pressure but to a longer, healthier life, free from heart disease. Let's talk about fats, because not all fats are created equal. We must banish the trans fats found in fried foods and many baked goods, they are artery-clogging poisons. We must limit saturated fats from fatty meats and full-fat dairy. And we must embrace the champions, the monounsaturated fats from olive oil and avocados, and the polyunsaturated omega-3s from walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and those fatty fish. These fats help reduce the bad LDL cholesterol, raise the good HDL, and are fundamental building blocks for anti-inflammatory molecules in your body. Chronic inflammation is a key driver of endothelial dysfunction, the damage to the inner lining of your blood vessels that is the very foundation of hypertension and atherosclerosis. There are other powerful food-based warriors. Garlic, for instance. Allicin, its active compound, has been shown in studies to have a modest but real effect on reducing blood pressure, comparable to mild pharmaceutical agents. It also helps relax blood vessels. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, are packed with anthocyanins and other antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress and support nitric oxide production. Hibiscus tea, a delicious ruby red beverage, has demonstrated significant blood pressure-lowering effects in multiple randomized trials, believed to be due to its ACE-inhibiting properties, similar to a class of common blood pressure drugs, but in a gentle, natural form. Now, understanding the science is one thing. Applying it is another. So, what does this look like on a daily basis? Let's paint a picture. Your day might start not with sugary cereal or a processed pastry, but with a bowl of old-fashioned oats topped with blueberries, walnuts, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. For lunch, a large, vibrant salad with leafy greens, chickpeas, avocado, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, and grilled chicken, dressed simply with lemon juice and extra virgin olive oil. For dinner, a piece of wild-caught salmon roasted with herbs, served alongside a generous portion of roasted sweet potatoes and steamed broccoli drizzled with olive oil. Your snacks? Perhaps an apple with a handful of almonds, or a small cup of Greek yogurt. You sip on water, hibiscus tea, or even a small glass of beetroot juice. This is not a diet of deprivation, it is a diet of abundance, color, flavor, and profound healing. But we must also speak of what we remove. We say no to the sugary sodas and juices that spike insulin, promote weight gain, and inflammation. We limit alcohol, for while a small amount may be neutral, excess is a direct toxin that raises blood pressure. We are mindful of caffeine, which can cause a temporary spike. We commit to moving our bodies, for exercise is a potent vasodilator that strengthens the heart muscle itself. We manage stress through prayer, meditation, deep breathing, or nature walks, because chronic stress keeps our fight-or-flight hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, chronically elevated, constricting blood vessels. This journey is not about perfection, it is about direction. It is about adding more of the good, crowding out the bad. It is about choosing the whole apple over the apple pie, the grilled fish over the fish stick, the homemade soup over the canned one. So, I stand before you today not just as an expert sharing information, but as a fellow traveler on the road to health, issuing a call to arms. The silent killer is among us. But we are not helpless. We have the knowledge. We have the tools. They are on our plates. This is a fight we can win, one meal at a time. But this message cannot stop here with us tonight. This is too important. This information has the power to save lives, to prevent the stroke that steals a grandmother's memories, to avert the heart attack that takes a father too soon, to spare a family the anguish of loss. That is why I am asking you, imploring you, to be an ambassador of this truth. Subscribe to channels and follow pages that are dedicated to sharing evidence-based, natural health information. Let your feed be filled with reminders and inspiration to stay on this path. Like this message. That simple click is a signal, a vote that says, this matters. This is valuable. It pushes this vital knowledge past the algorithms and into the screens of others who are searching, who are scared, who are desperate for answers. And most powerfully, share this. Share it with your spouse, your parents, your children, your friends. Share it on your social networks. Have this conversation over dinner. You may never know whose life you change. You may be the one who helps someone else hear the warning before the silence breaks. Together, we can turn the tide on this epidemic. Together, we can choose nourishment over neglect, action over apathy, and life over the silent threat. Let us leave here not just informed, but transformed and committed to spreading a revolution of health, starting with the very next thing we eat. Thank you.